Buy property in France, they said. It will be lovely, they said. Sunshine, rosé, baguettes, maybe a goat or two. Yes, well, it's also a Kafkaesque obstacle course, sprinkled with medieval plumbing and a 1,000-year-old spider who apparently comes with the house. You start with the advert. Charming stone cottage in peaceful hamlet. Translation: the roof collapsed in 1987 and the peaceful hamlet has been uninhabited since the French Revolution. There is a man called Gérard who keeps an eye on the place, which means he occasionally walks past it while drunk on Bordeaux. And the pictures? Oh, the pictures! One blurry shot of a chair, another of a mysterious hallway leading to the existential void. Then the kitchen, a single sink the size of a thimble, and a stove powered, apparently, by nostalgia. But you go to visit, right? Because hope springs eternal and illusion is free. The agent greets you with a smile that says, "I will definitely not mention the septic tank until after you have fallen in love." They open the door with the air of someone revealing the Sistine Chapel, and you walk in to discover that the Sistine Chapel's ceiling has indeed collapsed onto the floor into a pile of potential. Then you meet the boiler. Every French house has one, an ancient, sentient beast that communicates only through mysterious beeps and existential dread. The agent says, "Oh, it just needs servicing." Yes, by an exorcist. And there is always one plug socket located on the ceiling, as if electricity itself gave up halfway through construction and thought, no. Then comes the paperwork. The French notaire, half lawyer, half philosopher. They speak in dialect of French known only to people who wear scarves indoors. They will hand you 300 pages that essentially say, "Congratulations, you now own the concept of a barn." And just when you think you have understood the fees, another one appears. Frais de dossier, frais de rédaction, frais de frais. You are paying fees for the existence of fees. Somewhere, Descartes is screaming, "I think, therefore I pay." Then comes the diagnostic report. The inspector arrives, dressed like he is about to defuse a bomb. He pokes a wall, sighs, and writes, "Asbestos? Present. Lead? Probably. Termites? Yes, but they pay rent." And then he says, "Mais tout ça, c'est normal pour une maison ancienne." Well, yes, normal, in the same way the Black Plague was a seasonal issue, and yet you buy it, because you have fallen in love with the shutters and the idea of drinking coffee while shouting "Bonjour" at a distant farmer. And now you move in. That's when the neighbours appear from mist like mythical creatures. "Ah, oui, we used to keep cows in your living room," says one. "They were very happy." The Wi-Fi doesn't reach the bedroom, but that's fine. The bedroom doesn't reach the Wi-Fi either. The walls are 2 feet thick, built by people who clearly mistrusted the concept of sunlight. Winter comes, you light a fire, the chimney sulks. The smoke goes on holiday into your face. You open a window for air, but the handle detaches and flies off into 1782. And still you tell everyone, "We adore it." Because you do. There is something glorious about surviving your own house. It's like living in a museum that's trying to kill you gently with charm. And after months of painting, fixing, shouting, and discovering new species of mold that wave back, you realize the truth. You haven't bought a home. You've bought a conversation piece, a relationship problem with stairs, and somehow that's wonderful. Because this is what France does best. It tests you, frustrates you, makes you curse in 2 languages, and then rewards you with a sunrise that hits the old stones just right and makes you forget the rest. The paperwork fades, the dust settles, the boiler stops growling, Or maybe you have just learned to purr back. You sit outside with your coffee, the church bells ring, the neighbor waves, and for a brief, perfect moment, you realize it was worth it. Because in the end, buying property in France isn't about logic. It's about faith in beauty, in chaos, and in the sheer joy of making something stubbornly, gloriously yours. So yes, learn the rules, read the diagnostics, prepare for the fees, and never trust a listing that says minor works. But if you go in with open eyes and a good torch, you will find a home that's not just charming, it's alive. Because in France, even the problems have personality. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Châtaigne. Quoi? Hey, will you let me do my video? Huh? Stop meowing. You French cat. Oui? Allez.